Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Kim Duramo. I just finished filming the interview for the World Tapping Summit with Jessica Ortner, and it was incredible. Every year, they're really, really powerful. And I create these videos after to share some nuggets from it and invite people to the summit. And this one is like by far, I think, one of the most powerful ones. And we talked about anxiety as an invitation for awakening. And this isn't a subject I take lightly. I suffered severely from anxiety and a really, really severe panic disorder for years and years and years earlier in my life. And I shared about my journey with that. So I know how like incapacitating it can be. And it is seriously, it is an invitation. It's an invitation to look at, will I continue to live from fear, or will I begin to live from wholeness, from unity, from a space of peace? And I think what's happening in the world right now are so many ways where we're trying to use fear and controlling and protecting ourselves as a way to create prosperity, which it can't do. We cannot create abundance from strife. We can only create prosperity, well-being, thriving, abundant life, and abundant world when we choose courage, and the courage to be in the fear, breathe through the fear, transmute the fear, and embrace even just a little bit of compassion and joy is what will really create more abundance in our life. So there were like three segments of kind of how we went through it. And the first, which is the most important, is we did some tapping to just drop into the body. When we're in fear, where there's the tension and the going a shallow breath, it changes the brain, so we're only using a very small part of our brain. That just limits everything. We cannot create prosperity from that. And people think that, well, that's how we create survival, is just survival, survival emotion and survival, fight or flight mode. But it actually doesn't create long-term survival. And what it does is actually destroy our survival. Our being in fight or flight will ultimately destroy survival, because it might seem like this is the choice that's going to have me survive in this 10 seconds. But all of those things are the choices that's going to have you die on a longer term, whether it's like eating from fight or flight, doing your relationships from fight or flight, doing your business and your work from fight or flight. Like it's only going to create a very, very short term fix. And it does create long-term demise. So the first part was like, how do I just drop in beyond the fight or flight tension into the actual experience I'm having right now? So this, I think, is the most important thing. This is what I use in my work to allow people's systems to open to a huge rearrangement, so they're no longer in like a illness pattern, pain, anxiety pattern, and they begin to live in a prosperity pattern that feeds the body and the cells. The second thing was receiving what is triggering. We don't often want to have the trigger. We want to escape the trigger. And so we stay in fight or flight. But if we actually remember that triggers, the things that trigger us and have us feel our pain or fill in the blank, are the things that show us the parts of us that are not in wholeness. Where are there still parts of me in fear? Where are there still parts of me that believe I'm separate and hopeless and helpless and not enough? And how is that trigger actually helping me see those parts so I return to wholeness and I choose wholeness more fully? And then the third part was to let energy transmute. We did some tapping for each of these, so that we live in prosperity, so that we choose love and wholeness instead of fear. It was one of those powerful sessions we've done. I always, always love the Tapping World Summit that the Ortners put on every year. I think this is like year 13. I've been with them since very, very early on, and it's gotten more powerful every year. So I always strongly encourage people, if it resonates, to definitely purchase the summit. You can tune in for free. Each day they will air that broadcast live. There's 2 a day. Do it for free. But it is hands down one of the wisest and most valuable investments I've made, and I've seen for others as well, to buy the series so you have it in your library. It will really assist you in going deeper in your connection with yourself and being able to create, which is what we talked about in my segment 2, is how does going deeper in myself allow me to create a world of prosperity, a world of freedom, a world of where living in harmony and abundance, which is 100% available to us when we're ready. And anxiety is just showing us where that fear is not working. It's not going to create what we want. And so we can make that shift anytime. And this segment will really assist you with that. So you can share this with anyone you like. This is an awesome invitation. And if the World Tapping Summit resonates with you, you register for the free series, but you can purchase. It's not a very big investment. You can purchase the whole series to have. And I always, always love listening to these segments. So lots of love to you. I'll make sure I share the link here so that you can be a part of this series. And I will see you soon. I'm at drkimd.com if you'd like to tune into what I'm doing, and I look forward to all of our expansion.